Shalom and welcome to today's edition of Rabbi Ron in the House. Several days ago, as I was preparing for the week, I read Romans chapter 2 a few times through. And as I did, God started to give me different verses to say these would be the things I would share during the course of the week. Part of it here is in Romans 2, verses 28 and 29. It says here, a man is not a Jew if he's one only outwardly, nor is circumcision merely outward and physical. No. A man is a Jew if he's one inwardly, and circumcision is circumcision of the heart. Well, several days ago, the Lord gave me that verse and said this would be one I want you to share in, but I had absolutely no idea what to say about it. Every day this week, I've been thinking about it, and I've been clueless, nothing. And all of a sudden today, bingo, the lights went on. God spoke to me and said, your daughter Reva is a 10-year-old daughter of mine. She was on a previous one a few days ago episode here and thought about this verse. And immediately, Reva, bingo, today, she understands this verse there. In her Shabbat school class at our congregation there, sometimes they give out little postcards and they tell them to write prayer requests. And then they hang them up on the wall so people would see. And every so often I go there and I check out the prayer requests. And Reva doesn't sign her name, but when I see prayer requests by Reva, I know it. Two of her prayer requests. One of them is, I pray that Grandma and Grandpa would become a Jew. The other one is, I pray that all people would be a Jew. And Reva would have this. I pray that people would become a Jew. And one of my sons, whenever she talked like this, my son would sit there and say, and start to correct her and bring things up. And I'd say, Caleb, shh, be quiet. I think there's something neat that she grabs hold of that we don't, that's good. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. And you see, Reva knows my parents. She knows my parents are quote unquote Jewish, part of the Jewish religion, the faith. They celebrate Hanukkah. They celebrate Passover. And my dad, he wears a Star of David here. He's a Jew outwardly. He has that Star of David. He's a male, so he's been circumcised. And so Reva identifies and knows he's part of this Jewish stuff. He's one outwardly, but somehow she knows he's not one inwardly. His heart hasn't been circumcised because he's never put his faith in Yeshua. On the other end of the spectrum, a few weeks ago, I was telling her that somebody came to me and said, Ron, I'm ready to put my faith in Yeshua. And I prayed with him. He surrendered, gave his heart to Yeshua. And Reva looked at me and said, he became a Jew. That's wonderful. And my son again was ready to say, no, he didn't become a Jew. And I said, shh, be quiet, Caleb. Don't quench this. There's something good going on. She realized that this person, even though he might have been Scottish or Irish or whatever his ethnicity was, that outwardly he wasn't of the Jewish faith and culture. Inwardly, he'd become a Jew, a praiser of God. His heart had been circumcised. And so she understands something about this. And you could be Jewish and be part of that religion and outwardly wear Stars of David and celebrate the holidays. But that's not what it's about. It's about being a Jew inwardly and having your heart circumcised, putting your faith in Yeshua, surrendering to him. If Reva was standing here today, she would sit there and ask you the question, are you a Jew? And if she knew you weren't, she'd say, we better pray for you to become a Jew. And so I want to ask you for Reva, are you a Jew? Are you one inwardly? Have your heart been circumcised? If you would like to do this and give your life and give your heart to Yeshua, I want you to get over there to the comments section and write me a note and say, Rabbi Ron, I want to be a Jew. And then I'll contact with you and chat with you and pray with you. And so that this can be yours. You can be one inwardly, and you could become a child of God and have everlasting life. Thanks so much for joining me. This has been Rabbi Ron in the House.